And the more it grew, the more it came against how I really was. And then I exploded.
That's what I meant.
Oh, when are we gonna eat?
It's almost ready.
The Sam Shepard series, I know when Ben pitched it, he wanted to pitch it because Sam Shepard has a lot of really cool one acts that don't get presented a lot because it's hard to present a one act. And so his idea was putting 3 different one acts into one place where the audience can sort of travel through and see all these works by this author that aren't necessarily presented all the time. And it's just really cool because the whole idea is like the American dream, and like what's the most representative of the American dream is like a house, living in a nice house, right? And so then when you put these bizarre post-apocalyptic shows in there, what does that say about the meaning of the pieces? Action is basically 4 people in a living room preparing a turkey, trying to live as normal of a life as they can, despite the fact that they're living in sort of like a post-apocalyptic world. The Juvenis Festival is essentially a theater festival aimed for 13 to 30-year-olds, which is the mandate of Blue Canoe, which is a youth theater group in Kingston. And they sort of created this theater festival on the wind of the Kick and Push Festival, which started last year, and wanting to get youth involved, wanting to have like youth as project leaders, not just in smaller roles. And so the whole idea is that everything is done by people who are 13 to 30 years old, and getting them involved in theater, and everything was pitched by youth, everything was created, directed, acted by people 13 to 30 years old. Balancing school and theater and extracurriculars in general is like a huge thing, particularly at Queen's. I've noticed everyone takes on a million different things, and particularly like my major is really great because I'm a drama major, and so they expect you to be involved in different shows, and so they're really accommodating a lot of the time. And I think as far as balancing goes, it just has to be something that you really want to do, because then you'll make time for it. And like sometimes you don't sleep a lot, but you can catch up on that later.
Every time I looked at this picture, I saw him running. I had a picture of the Golden Gate Bridge. Every time I looked at this picture, I saw the water underneath.
Yeah, I think what makes theater at Queen's and in Kingston, and theater done by youth in general, is so much about creation and so much about the process. And I think that when you're presented as a student with like this world of opportunities, if you have that drive and you have that talent, you're going to jump onto those opportunities and roll with them. And I think that's what makes it good, because no one's doing it because they feel like they have to. Our classes aren't putting on a show. Our classes are learning theater history and stuff like that. And I think that's what makes it. It's that like everyone wants to do it, everyone wants to be here, and everyone wants to create something that wasn't there before.
Were we past the part where the comet exploded?
You don't have to act it out. I never saw a dancing bear. That's before my time. Guess they made it illegal or something. Too cruel, I guess.
It doesn't feel cool, just humiliating. It's not the rightful position of a bear. It's all off balance.
The Sam Shepard Series is happening at 99 York Street, May 7th and 8th. Tickets are available at the Grand Theatre.
It puts me in a different position, a different situation.
How?
Acting without realizing it. I mean, I realized it, but the bear doesn't. He just finds himself doing something unusual, awkward.